I have a very, very long article about World War II in Western Europe, 1940-1941. And it all is very intimidating. It's like a long story. Lots of words, lots of detail. How do I tackle this with incremental reading? Okay, I already prepared two pictures here. That's a Maginot Line. And that's London, I think. So, let's see. I don't need this picture. I do have it. Maybe I'll just extract it as a Maginot Line. So I'll say the picture shows the map of the Maginot Line with a different template. In April 1940, Germany invaded Denmark and Norway to protect shipments of iron ore from Sweden, which the Allies were attempting to cut off by unilaterally mining neutral Norwegian waters. Okay, that'll be my first paragraph. And this was 1940. That's my clause. Remember, it was 1940, Germany. Two countries, that'll be Denmark and Norway. If I remember the other one was Norway, I will remember it was Denmark. Protection from Sweden. Actually, it was iron. That's critical. Sweden, which allows them to cut off the Norwegian waters. Okay. So that'll be my first sentence. Now, Denmark capitulated after a few hours, and despite Allied support, during which the important harbor Narvik temporarily was captured. Yeah, I'll take this one. That'll be my second paragraph. Denmark capitulated after a few hours. Well, that's fast. Yeah, harbor of Narvik, which I think it's an important name, so I'll remember this. Norway was conquered within 2 months. British discontent. Oh, that's important. It's Winston Churchill. Let me do the scene. So I'll do like this. It's gonna have a Norwegian campaign. Do I need to remember that? Maybe not. Let the replacement of British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain with Winston Churchill. Even if I know that, I'll create an extra clause. And the reason is, even if I have the same clause in 3 different contexts, in 2 I may not remember, in 1 I will remember. And once I remember in 1 context, somehow it spills on the other context and I remember. A little bit of redundancy, but it really is cheaper to remember 3 things, sometimes I remember 1. And that happened on 1940. Maybe we even remember the day, May 10th. May for sure, maybe not necessarily 10th, but it was May 1940. Something really important happened. Then Germany launched an offensive against France. Yeah, I will learn that. Germany launched an offensive against France. Adhered to the Mainstein Plan, also attacked the neutral nations of Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. Oh, May 10th, same day. Same day, so maybe I will remember May 10th, 1940. Okay. What next? The same day. That was a day of events. Germany, the same day, forced land in Iceland, Faroe to pray and possible German invasion of the islands. Okay. I'll learn that some other time. The US in close cooperation with Danish and protect Greenland. Greenland. I remember that. The Netherlands and the Belgium are run using blitzkrieg tactics. I remember the blitzkrieg. In a few days, weeks, few days. It was fast again. Netherlands. No comment. The French 45 Maginot Line and the mainland. Okay, it's important. Super important. Okay, get it. The context. So first the Netherlands, Belgium, then the France Maginot Line. Let's memorize this and have a picture. Let's see. Here. With the Belgium, it's enough like particularly with Ardennes. So they attack me through Ardennes and still see. Okay, too close. That's just fine. Now, the result bulk of the Allied army found themselves trapped in their encirclement and were beaten. Oh yeah. Let's take it with all the whole French campaign. And now, do you want to remember how many troops? Dunkirk. We want to remember it was Dunkirk by early June. Okay, what's next? On June 10th, Italy invaded France. Alright. Yeah, and it goes more or less like that. Those things I do tomorrow. View of Blitz. Journal. Yes, we can do a picture nicely. Oh boy. Okay. That's nice. Big picture. Okay, what's next? Another paragraph. Here's a nice picture. Heinkel. Okay, you don't learn that. And so on and so on. Those things I will learn some other time. I'm a little bit in a hurry. So sometimes you can just do things later. And what about the contents? Western Europe. Let's see, how many items? 20 items. Yeah, lots of work. Nice. Now imagine that on the same day you have a big urge to go through this material again. Say you have a test tomorrow, or you ate a beautiful meal and now you're ready to learn. Let's go to the root of all that chapter. That's Western Europe. Let's see Western Europe. That's correct. Let's see that in the browser. Let's randomize the browser. Last repetition took place today. Therefore, I will need to add this to the outstanding queue. Otherwise, I won't be able to review the SuperMemo. Assumes you already know things because it's done today. So I will add it to the outstanding queue. So I will go to learn. Go. I'll begin with the topic, which means there is a part of the text I haven't processed it. So let's see. Using newly captured French ports, the German Navy enjoyed success against another extended Royal Navy using U-boats against British shipping in the Atlantic. The British scored a significant victory on May 1941 by sinking the German battle. Oh yeah, that's battleship. We remember Bismarck. Maybe May 1941. Yeah, 41 May. Perhaps most importantly, during the Battle of British Royal Air Force, Luftwaffe saw the German bombing campaign largely ended by May 1941. So that's 1 year. Okay, so we go to the next repetition. Let's hear. That's the question. First, Netherlands, Belgium, Maginot, segmented by flanking movement through the thickly wooded Ardennes region. So I don't really need to read all of this because we've just done it. I remember there was wooden Ardennes region. So it goes fast. But it's not nice to leave items like that. We usually simplify them a bit. So the French 45 Maginot line, I'll delete that part. Flanking, circumvented. I'm not an expert in army tactics, so circumvented through the thick wooden Ardennes region. And we can delete that too. So we have a simple item now. Maginot line through the Ardennes. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain with Winston Churchill. Yeah, that's easy. On June 10th, Italy invaded France, declaring war on France. Paris fell with the Germans. Under the Vichy, that's important. Vichy regime. France killed the Philippines. I'll work on it later. Then we have a bigger part. And we proceed like with the original text. Yeah? Let's try a couple of paragraphs. Although Roosevelt has promised on something. Okay, German. I could keep those references if I was super interested in details. I'm not. Tripartite. I don't know how to pronounce this. Oh, this one is done. Goodbye. Now, there's a question of the Maginot Line, so it's easy. This one. This is interesting because we already have two clauses. The question is, do we need more? The French fortified Maginot Line. Do you want to remember it was the French? Now, even the name tells you that. So the main body of Allied forces which had moved into Belgium. Belgium is in the north, it's obvious. Or is it? Circumvented by flanking movement by thickly wooded. Oh, I think I remember that. Mistakenly perceived by Allied planners, impenetrable natural baggage, armored vehicles. No, too much detail, so I'll do done. Which means I will know nothing about this paragraph. I know nothing about this paragraph apart from the fact that it was a Maginot Line and there were Ardennes somewhere here on the map. Okay, done. Next, British discontent of England, May 10th, 1940. May 10th, 1940. It's a little repetitive now. That's what I wanted. I want to have a good review of all this material. French 45 continent at Dunkirk. So what can we cut? The French fortified Ardennes region. And as a result, it's difficult to remove things. It's very long. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So I'll say, I know that we don't need this explanation about the thickly wooded Ardennes. I can remove the references and I'll remove more next time. At this moment I just know Dunkirk. And let's see. Next repetition. Where is the next repetition? On March 1st. Then Germany. In April 1940, Germany invaded Denmark. That was the first paragraph, remember? And Norway. Germany launched an offensive against France, and here did the Manstein Plan also attacked the neutral nations of Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. And that was this famous day of May 10th. Miracle. Yeah. I can do it some other time, or continue. Good morning. It's a new beautiful day. We'll start learning. Review what we have learned yesterday. See what we can improve. We don't need to do any tricks with that to outstanding. We can just learn and review this material. So, we have a topic we haven't processed yesterday. So we try to do this now. At the end of September 1940, the Tripartite Pact united Japan, Italy, and Germany to formalize the Axis powers. The Tripartite Pact stipulated that any country, with the exception of the Soviet Union, not in the war which attacked the Axis powers, would be forced to go to war against all three. Okay, what's that? This one, memorized. The Axis expanded in November 1940 when Hungary, Slovakia, and Romania joined the Tripartite Pact. Okay, let's keep it with the context of what the Tripartite Pact was. Then, Romania would make a major contribution, as did Hungary, to the Axis war against the USSR, first to recapture territory conceded by the USSR, first to pursue its leader, Ion Antonescu, decided to combat communism. Okay. And this would be done. We can go back here. See September 1940. Tripartite. Do we want to remember the name? That's tricky. Japan. That's important. So, Japan. Speaking about Western Europe, that Japan was part of the Tripartite. Okay, more later. Next repetition. In April 1940, Germany invaded Denmark and Norway to protect shipments of iron ore from Sweden. We don't need the rest. We can press Alt dot. good, great. I give myself good, even great, because I remember it pretty well. Germany launched an offensive against France, and adhered to the Mainstein Plan, also attacked neutral nations of Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg. Maybe it's worth remembering Belgium and the Netherlands in the context of Benelux. Okay, next. Throughout this period, the neutral United States, throughout which period? We need context for that. Probably the main beginning of the war. We don't need that, so we can do Alt, backslash, delete the text. In November 1939, the American Neutrality Act was okay, some other time. Let's go. Denmark capitulated after what? I think I know. We need to add a clue here. Denmark capitulated after how fast? For a few hours. And despite a less support during which the Empire happened, Narvik was probably. Norway was conquered within 2 months. We don't even need that part. So, alt dot, yeah? Denmark capitulated after a few hours. That's a curious item. What's next? Germany invaded Denmark, Norway to protect shipments of iron ore from Sweden. We don't need that part. Alt dot. Okay. Germany invaded Denmark and Norway to protect shipments of iron ore from. Same trick. Alt dot. British discontent over the Norwegian campaign led to the replacement of the British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain with Winston Churchill on May 10th, 1940. Okay. Germany launched an offensive against France and adhering to the Mainstein Plan, also attacked the nations of Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg on May 10th, 1940. This I remember pretty well, so I give myself a great score 5. And here we speak about Bismarck, so at once we can simplify by getting rid of everything after that clause. Okay. Bismarck. Maginot Line. Don't do anything, just have a peek at the map, maybe you find something interesting to. What about the map? Maastricht. Oh. Paris. Strong, weak. Yeah, so the Germans went this way. Natural. Iron ore from Sweden. I already had those items. Usually when we learn, those items don't get clustered like this. They get spread over in time. But here we intentionally review that particular part of the material. In April 1940, Germany invaded. Okay. 1940. Now, basically over the blitzkrieg tactics in a few days. Netherlands was better than Denmark. Ardennes. Blitzkrieg tactics in a few days. Netherlands, Belgium, army blitzkrieg. We actually can't learn anything unless we remember that Belgium was around the center like the Netherlands, but we just produce similar, so maybe I'll just do done on this. So let's do done. Done. The result of our Trump. Do we want to remember how many troops? 300,000. British and French. Oh, too much data. I'm doing done on this, which means I won't learn anything else on that. Netherlands, Belgium, blitzkrieg tactics, respectively. French 45. Maginot. Alright. And the last one, Denmark capitulated after a few hours. And despite Allied support during Okay. Germany invaded Denmark and Norway to take shipments of iron ore from Sweden, which allies were attempting to cut away unilaterally mining neutral Norwegian waters. Do we want to remember about this mining? No, too much detail. Done. And that's it.